Hello YouTube, welcome back. This is EasyB. Thanks for watching EasyB Tactical. It's been a while. I have not been posting a lot of videos this year, but next year will be better. 2023 has been a crazy year for me. Lots of personal issues that I had to deal with. I shot less. I did try to hang out a lot with guns, but I didn't do as much as I usually do. However, I wanted to finish the year by wrapping up with the most popular guns I played with during the year. Spoiler alert, I don't get guns sent to me. I don't get a channel of money to buy all kind of guns. So most of these will be things that you've already seen before, maybe. But I did acquire a few pieces this year. But the video is about what I spend the most with at the range. What I spend the most time with at the range. So the guns I shot the most because of either me liking them, me wanting to spend more time with them, but whatever reason. So without further ado, let's go and talk about the most popular gun pistol for me for this year. I was going to do a gun one, but it's going to be pistol and rifle. That was going to be a bit too long. So I'm going to do, for this video, pistols only, and maybe another video around longer guns. In no particular order, try to do by size, but in no particular order. I love 22s, so I always spend, every time I go to the range, my range bag has by default some 22 ammunitions in it and a 22 pistol. So one of the most popular guns for me this year was the Lifeguard 22 LR. It may be surprising because it's kind of a gimmick. It's kind of a fun, unusual pistol, but I loved it. I wasn't interested by it. It's clear, right? The idea was something that you can shoot. You can carry it in a pocket. It looks like it has the size of a credit card. I have a review video about it. But Lifeguard 22. So this is so small I can walk around with it. But every time I'll go to the range, I'll either slip it in my pocket or slip it in the gun bag. So I play with it a lot just because of the novelty of it, right? And I usually run it suppressed as well because this one has a threaded barrel. So there are I have some videos on this one. Lifeguard 22. This one could have been #1 easily. All the guns are clear, by the way. The Taurus TX22. I love this pistol so much. It's been super reliable. It's been accurate. It's been fun to use, and I know many other gun tubers have contents about this. It's very popular on Instagram. Just by default, this is in my range bag. You never know if you're gonna shoot it or not, but I always have it with me when I can in my range bag. It's also one of the best tools I use to introduce new shooters to firearms. It mimics the ergonomics of a regular striker fire pistol. It's a 22 caliber. So if you want to bring someone into firearms, don't start them with a 357 Magnum with or something ridiculous. Those are fun to impress people and just go like, oh, look at this. I shoot a cannon like a 44, 50 Beowulf, whatever those big, huge calibers are. I think ideally you should start with a 22 and progress them into a 308, then a 9, and then larger caliber within the same range session. So funny enough, I did not go to the range as much as I usually do compared to other years. But this year I took a lot of new shooters to the range, and I have a box. I mean, maybe I'll make a video about it. If you post in the comment if you want to know my strategy and my process to breaking a new shooter. Anyway, I bring at least 5 guns. This is always one of them. TX22 Taurus, enough said. Love this pistol. Funny enough, although it may sound obvious, I don't shoot Glocks all the time. I take that back. I used to shoot a lot of Glock, especially one in particular, my 19X. But I usually don't go around changing Glocks and using them all. But this year, for some reason, I wanted to give them a little more love, so I shot a lot of my Glock 19C compensated. It's a fun shooter. I put a Talon grip on it. I love this one because it stays in my hands so straight because of the grip and the tightness of it. It's very short and compact, fills my hands perfectly like most Glock 19 do. But I wanted to play with this one a little more Glock 19C because none of my guns should be safe queens. None of them. Doesn't matter if they cost 10 grand or $100. If I don't forget, I will always try to shoot them. So anyway, this one was sitting idle a little bit too much for my test. So I made sure to take it a few times this year and I ran several rounds through it. But as I'm knocking things down, before I continue, let me know in the comment which one of your 22 caliber pistol was the one you shot the most this year. 22 caliber, comment now. Another one I usually don't shoot a lot, but it's one of my home defense setup, was the Glock 17. So this is one of my Glock 17s. Nothing fancy, right? I'm not a Gucci person when it comes to the Glock stuff. I like to set them up a little bit better, but this one has I only changed the reset trigger, the reset bar on it. Forgot the name. Reset trigger? Yeah. So it has a light. It has a threaded barrel, upgraded sights. But this Glock 17 usually stays home. But I made sure I shot it a lot more this year because I wanted to make sure it got some love, and also mostly for me to have comfort and reflex building muscle memory on all of those guns. So Glock 17, nothing too fancy. Also Talon grips, but the rubberized version. Very reliable, very cool. Nightstick, light. That's about it. So that's the second 9mm. Post in the comment which one of your 9mm did you shoot the most this year. If you only have one pistol and it's a 9mm, post the comment. If you have a collection of them, try to sit down, spend 5 minutes and try to remember from January 1st until now, which one of your 9mm did you shoot the most? I would like to know in the comments and why. Continuing. This guy definitely seen a lot of action. My SIG P320. I've been shooting this a lot. My Glock 19X was the one I've taken a lot of training, a lot of classes with, and I will shoot that a lot because it's just stock, full Glock 19X stock. But since I made the switch to more red dot, among other ones, I've been running my SIG P320. It's got a Romeo Pro, it's got a TLR 7A, it's got a Wilson Combat Grip module, which I've always wanted, which I love. Threaded barrel. I'm very comfortable with the SIG P320 now. I've been running this a lot. It was a bit of a hassle for me to put this one together because I had the fire control unit, and that was my first journey into SIG. I found myself with a fire control unit, and then I put the rest together. But knowing what matches, there were so many options. I don't know why at the time I got really confused. But this one, SIG P320, I think this is an X compact. Because of the size, shot this one a lot. Usually always in my running bag. The one that I usually shoot a lot, which I still do, that I mentioned several times, Glock 19X. My faithful Glock 19X. As I mentioned, it's fully stock. I have not done a single thing to it except putting Talon grips and an Olight. I know Olights get some reputation. I love the Olights. They work very well and they match the gun. The only problem I have, especially with this model, is that USB rechargeable. For some reason, the charge doesn't seem to last long enough. However, this one stays in a safe near my, ready mode. But every time I pick it up, the light is already dead. So I just recharge it. Anyway, the Glock 19X, love this because of the whole military program and all, but also the look. I think it's classic, reliable. Of course, if you know 19X, the frame slide of mix of a 19 and a 17. But I really like this one. I used to shoot a lot more. I still shot it quite a bit this year. Post in the comment. Let me know which one of your Glocks, because I'm sure as a viewer, many of you have Glocks, probably 25 Glocks. Which one of your Glocks did you shoot the most in this year? If it's a 43X, I won't be too surprised. Those are very popular. If it's a 19, I won't be too surprised either. But that brings another good question. I would like to know in the comment, do you shoot a lot and train a lot with the gun that you carry? Post in the comment. Don't lie. Be honest. All right, moving along. I love 1911s. One of the 1911s I shot a lot this year is the Springfield Armory Garrison. Why? Because I bought this one this year and I really wanted to break it in. I really wanted to make it smooth, so I put a lot of rounds through it. The other issue I have with this one is I bought it and the slide release, it's really by design. It's very hard to operate when the magazine is in. I mean, it's very hard to release when the magazine is in. And you're not supposed to, I guess I read somewhere in the 1911, it's really meant to release the slide and empty mag and all that. So unfortunately, the funny thing is I have the 1911s and those are, slide release is not that hard. I can push it and it goes up when the magazine is inserted. But in general, with a magazine inserted on this 1911, the slide release is very hard to operate. So I sent it to them because I thought there was a problem. But actually, to be fair, when I first got the pistol, I had to use 2 thumbs. And there is no gun that I knew that was so hard. So I sent it to them. I don't know what they did. But while they had it, I also asked them to add serration in the front. They charged me for that, of course, Springfield Armory. But now it's got a serration on the front and a very tight grip. So I shot this one a lot because I wanted to break it in. I did not want to replace the spring or anything yet, which I know I can upgrade, modify the gun. But I usually prefer to break in a pistol before I decide whether or not I'm going to modify it. Anyway, Springfield Armory Garrison, shot this one a lot. Do you have a 1911? Did you shoot it this year? Which model? What caliber? Doesn't matter if it's not a 9. Let me know. Now, in fairness, I also did shoot other 1911 in 45 and 9mm, but this is the one I kind of used for the video because this is the one I shot a lot for during the year. One of the pistol I played a lot with, and I'm not doing a countdown, so I don't know how many of these are, is this guy. I love BNTs. This is a BNT USW 320. It's BNT Universal Squad Weapon frame module for a SIG P320. Actually, no, for a SIG P320 M18. So M17. So this is the one I shot a lot this year. I took a lot of people to the range, and that's not true. A few times when I took new shooters, I had this guy. The particularity of this guy is now, as you can tell, it's no longer just a pistol, it's a SBR because of the stock. I had to register this one, but I use this USW a lot throughout the year. It allows you to engage further target by having a stock on your shoulder. It was originally designed, if you don't know, for police officers in Europe to have a little bit of advantage when they found themselves encountering in a firefight, encountering adversaries that are further out. So it gives you more control for a more stable long-range shot. But yeah, SIG P320, M17, but USW 320. So what you do is you basically take your fire control unit, you install it in the module, and yeah, it becomes the thing. It doesn't come in for the stock, so you have to add the stock on extra on top of the module, the USW module. It's got a SIG Foxtrot Light, Foxtrot 1X. I just wanted to keep it SIG, really, no particular reason. He has a SIG Romeo Pro, but I know there are better lights out there. But anyway, BNT, I'm very partial with BMTs. I love the brand, I love the owner, I love the ownership, I love the culture that the owner instills there. But it's very expensive, so the BNT stuff costs a lot of money, so I have to pace myself to acquire them. Until they start sending me some good stuff for free, that would be great. But yeah, the USW 320, I shot this one a lot this year. Another one I shot a lot this year. It's also because I bought it this year. So usually because it was new, I was trying to break it in. Same story. It's not a short barrel rifle. A B&T TP9. So I got a B&T TP9. It's clear. All the guns are clear. Empty magazine. But I took this one to the range a lot. I did not always film it because I didn't put too much content on. I don't even know if I made a video about this one yet. But very nice. Not the best trigger. Please don't. I'm not gonna lie. Not the best trigger. But this is supposed to be your civilian version of an MP7. I'm still working through its setup. It's got a Bushnell MD525 red dot on it. For now, I'm going to modify it. It's got a Valkyrie PL2. This is a good light. This Valkyrie PL2. Don't just believe the hype. Try it out. It's just like the other one. It's just like the PL Pro, but it takes regular AA batteries. And this one has been last AAAs or AAs. I think AAAs maybe. I'm not sure. But this one lasts very well. I mean, it's a good light. No problem with this one. I like it a lot. Anyway, I'm still working through the setup of the TP9. Again, it's a short barrel rifle because I had to install the stock on it. And this is a cool compact pistol. It doesn't have the best trigger. I mean, this trigger, you gotta walk through it. Sometimes you pull the trigger, you think the safety is on, but you just need to keep pulling before it goes. But B&T TP9. I need to get the suppressor for it. It takes a very proprietary suppressor, but good pistol though. If you can get past the weirdness of it. All right, one of the other ones I shot the most, almost near the end. Staccato P. I love staccatos, especially the C2. But I got a P this year, and I shot the Staccato P a lot because I wanted to get really good with it. So I carried it at the range. I don't baby it. I dropped it a few times. I was running, it fell on the concrete or the gravel. I dropped it in the mud. I didn't do a torture test, but anyway, it's a beast though. It's got a couple of dents already, unfortunately, because I was running a course and I was moving and running and gunning, and it really dropped, fell off because I didn't have a holster. That was bad of me. I did not have a holster, so I dropped the gun because it was in my pocket. But anyway, I was doing something really crazy and somewhat unsafe, which you shouldn't do. No safety violation, right? The gun just fell off the pocket I was carrying. I was actually just setting up. Anyway, it's got a Trijicon RMR. It's got a nice thick light for now. I know everybody push Surefire X300, So I'm good with the nightstick for now. That's my point. Yeah, if I got I have some Surefires on somewhere else, but whenever I got this, I just put the nightstick on it. I mean, the Staccato P, man, you can't go wrong with staccatos. They are just amazing. Smooth, stable, like a train on railroad tracks. I'm tempted to go crazy and also get another 2011, maybe get the Springfield Protege. I was tempted by that. But yeah, this Staccato P, man, the C2, the P, love them. I shot this one a lot just because I wanted to break it in again and get used very good at it. Last but not least, because I'm getting warm here already. It's not a short barrel rifle, but it's kind of a pistol because of the size. One of my other favorite, B&T APC 9K. Shot this one a heck of a lot. Short barrel rifle, 9mm. I played a lot with the setup for this one. I had a infrared night vision Steiner light at the bottom here before I remove it very fast because this one is an APC-90. There's not a lot of room, so you have to be very creative. For now, I'm running an Inforce light on top because of the way I like to hold this. I usually run this suppressed. It's got a Holosun HS4 3D. Again, when I get the gun, I just drop this on it. I'm going to modify it at some point, but I don't know what's gonna go there because I change often sometimes my setup. It's got a Magpul QD mount for quick detach for my sling carry, to have a sling there. And this one has a Glock lower. And he used to have a foldable stock, and I just came back from visiting B&T again back in November, and I picked up, while I was there, I picked up the collapsible stock for a few hundred systems. Not cheap, but I love it. This thing, I mean, I love anything that's short and compact and tight. I'm not a very tall guy and all that, but this is a very efficient tool if you know what to do with it. Suppressed, I usually run something on the side here that's removed for now. But yeah, this one I shot a lot. APC 9K, B&T APC 9K. If you have a PCC that you shot a lot this year in 9mm, post in the comment. Out of all those guns, let me know in the comment which were your top 3 from all the ones I showed, and what do you think I should do next year? I know you don't know all I have, but what kind of pistol should I try to shoot a lot next year? Let me know. And maybe I have it, maybe I don't. Maybe I can get it. One of the things I would like to do is try the PSA arms. I have not bought any of the PSA arms stuff. I'm very interested in comparing maybe the AK-9 to the VTIs, the Kalashnikov KP9. I'm also interested in comparing the Jackal to maybe a Scar 16, which I have. So anyway, I think maybe next year I'm going to try to see if I can get some PSA, Palmetto State Armory, because I don't discriminate. I think PSA makes a lot of good stuff. I just haven't had a chance to really run through several hundred rounds and make an opinion for myself. That was my little video to wrap 2023. I really appreciate the support. I want to thank you all for bumping my subscriber count a few months ago. But one thing's for sure, your comments, your subscription helps the video. Comment, even if it's to say hi or where you're from, like I get that question a lot, or you suck, your collection is crappy, whatever you want to say, put it in the comment, and I do read and respond to those comments. Have a great, happy holiday season and start 2024 with a bang. Safely though. Thanks for watching.